I was going to buy a bottle of water in the bakery, but then I thought it might just sound like we're slurping on our water, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's quite a bit of spray today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's nice and cool. Is it too windy?
Yeah, no, it's not too windy. It'll be breezy, but it's constant, isn't it? It's not really going stronger. It smells nice.
Hello, listener. We brought you back to the bench beside the seashore that we brought you to. I think we were here last time, but we were in the car last time.
Yeah, we were sitting in the car because someone was on the bench. I don't know, I can't remember. She was doing a diary or something, writing stuff, wasn't she? Or going through a script or something.
It seems like so long ago.
Yeah.
It feels like we have been here like we've never lived anywhere else.
I know, it's funny that, isn't it? I was just saying before when we were driving in, it seems so long ago that we were like trying to find the apartment for the first time. And you just think, where is it?
Yeah.
And then when you know where it is, it's like, oh, well, that's where it was. Well, we had to reverse back out onto the main road, didn't we? Because we went up the wrong way.
So I'm just going to give you a quick intro of where we are and what we're doing. I know that you like us to, because this is audio only, you like us to describe where we are. We're in Nausa on the island of Paros in Greece. We've been here for 2 months now. And these audio journal style podcasts that we're doing they've just been gorgeous. They've just been absolutely fantastic because we've been able to completely and utterly relax without just really open up without having to worry about another aspect of like videoing it and things like that. So thank you if you're with us on this journey, and we really hope you're enjoying it. So like I say, we're sat on a bench.
Sat on a bench. We're actually in the middle of a heat wave.
Yes.
Yesterday it was 38 degrees. So, you know, if you double it and add 30, it's going to be at around 110, something like that. Maybe 100 and double it. Yeah.
So hot.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
It's boiling.
Yeah. It is really, really hot.
Yeah. And this morning we got up and we had an early morning call with our immigration advisor that works with us in partnership for our NZ Ahead community, Charlotte from NZ Shores, and we got up super early, well, early for us anyway, like we got up at 7 o'clock, just felt like the middle of the night, to be honest.
I know, it was weird, wasn't it? Because we normally get up roughly that time anyway, but you've got to be up and bright and breezy at that time and just think, right, I've got to be on my game.
And what is it? If you don't have to get up, you like getting up early, but the minute you know you've got to get up and do a Zoom call and an interview, it just feels like, oh my God, I'm getting up early to do my work.
Yeah, because the thing is like you can probably hear in the background, you'll hear the waves and you'll hear a cicada which is in the tree. There's a few cicadas in this little tree that was sitting underneath for some shade.
It's a pine tree.
Yeah, but at 6:30 in the morning, there's virtually no cicadas. And I get up and turn the air conditioning off and open the windows. Yeah. And so you can hear the early morning, like you hear the wood pigeons cooing and you hear the cockerel in the farm just down the lane. And it's just gorgeous to hear all that bird song, which you don't normally hear in the day because the cicadas drown them out, don't they? And that was at 6:30. And like you say, you know, you jump back into bed just to listen to it and sort of be a bit mindful before you get up. And it was just lovely listening to all that sounds. And then it is. Then you have to get up.
And so we got up and we had a coffee and I had my lemon water and we set the table up in the lounge of the apartment. And it's just, honestly, because Sonny's working from there, so he does all his streams from there, it's like a little flipping shit pit, isn't it, that room? It's so messy. And we were trying to adjust the camera so it looks semi-normal,
getting the bags off the sofa.
We were two slobs who were bringing this podcast from Greece. Yeah, getting the bags off the sofa, moving the wine bottles out of the way, shoving all the computer stuff to the side.
And the kitchen had stuff all over it, didn't it? But it's just, you know, you've got to clean it up in 3 or 4 days when we leave. And you're just like, can't be arsed.
I know.
You know? And it's...
So we set this call up, we put our little plastic fold-up table in the middle of the room, and then we set all the Zoom up, and we did a 20-minute call with Charlotte about not parent visas. What were we talking about? Partner visas.
Partner visas, yeah. If you're an NZ citizen and your partner isn't, that was the visa we were talking about. Yeah.
So we did all that, and then we finished the interview, and now it's about 8:45, and then we went outside and did the intro for the podcast, because we always do. If ever you've watched our YouTube channel about moving to New Zealand, you'll see that we always do an intro saying, you know, what it's about, and we did that. And then we closed the computer down and we're like, okay, shall we drive into the village and go and get a coffee? So we came into the village, we drove into the village, we brought our microphones with us, and we've just had a cappuccino at the cafe. If you remember a couple of podcast episodes before.
Where the drill was.
With the drill, we went to that cafe. We had a cappuccino and we didn't have anything to eat, and then we said, right, shall we drive down to the shore, which is where we are now, and record a podcast for you and let you know what we're up to.
Yeah.
And like I say, we're sitting under the shade of a pine tree. This gorgeous little pine tree just tries so hard to give us shade, but it's doing a good job.
I know. And in the distance, there's a small Greek fishing boat going across the bay. It's quite choppy out there, a little bit windy today. And they've got a whole bunch of, it's a ferry actually now, isn't it, the Greek fishing boat? And they're taking them over to Columbithris Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're leaving in 4 days. We've got 4 more nights, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Friday and we're leaving on Tuesday next week.
How do you feel about leaving? And we're going to England. So we're going to England for a week to see family in Cornwall, and then we've got a house sit in Somerset. I think I've told you this before, where we are going to be staying for 3 weeks while we think about what we want to do moving forward. But we think we're going to go and live in Bath for a couple of months so Tessa can get some work, be close to London.
Yeah, she's running out of money.
Yeah.
Where Sunny is starting to make money online now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Means he can be location independent, a bit like us. But Tess is she's still got to do the hard yards of going, get the 9 to 5 type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got to buy a car.
Yeah, we've got to buy a car, yeah.
So that'll be fun.
What, are you saying that sarcastically, or
Yes.
why?
Because we've set ourselves a really low budget, really, for a car. It's only going to last 3 to 6 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we might take it to Spain, which will be, wow, see if we can do that, you know?
So our budget is £1,000. I don't think that's a low budget for a car. I think £250 is a low budget.
Yeah.
I think 1,000 is generous.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, we worked it out. I think we've even talked about this before. It's annoying when you do so many podcasts and you can't remember what you've talked about.
I know.
So if we have said this to you, sorry, but we worked it out how much it's going to cost to rent a car in the UK. And it was like, why don't we just buy a banger and drive it into the ground for 3 months and then, you know.
See, I know on this trip, and it's almost like a theme, we've had quite a few Toyotas, haven't we? Or I have. Driving in Norway and Greece in one. We're actually in a Suzuki now, but there's the 2 choices that I'm looking at, which is only to go and look at them next Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is a Toyota, which has done 300,000 miles, or a Ford Mondeo, which has done 127,000 miles.
Fixed and regularly, what's the Ford?
Fixed or repaired daily.
Fixed or repaired daily.
Or the Toyota, which everybody says they go on forever.
Do you know what, Bri?
What?
Aren't you a bit embarrassed?
Why?
Because you sat on a podcast a couple of weeks ago and you said, well, that's it. I'm never buying a Toyota as long as I live.
It's a 2012. It's
now
before they went silly-billiness with all the silly-billy stuff. Yeah.
You're going to have to tell people.
But so do I get that and then watch it blow up and go, I told you so? Or do I get the Ford and go...
Nothing's going to blow up that we buy.
I know, I'm just saying. It's just... Yeah, but 300,000 miles, it's a lot, you know? Of miles.
Well, it's going to be 300,000 and 200 and... It's going to be 333,000 by the time we finish with it.
It will be.
That's the only time we're only going to use it for a run
We're only going
around.
to do about 20,000 in it, max.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 10,000 miles. So it's not going to last forever, is it? So what would you get?
Oh, I'm not going to have a conversation about cars.
No.
Because you said to me yesterday, Oh, Liz, if you could buy any car in the world, what would it be? And I just felt pathetic because I just thought, I have no idea.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? You've got a friend who loves cars. I think it's called Shelley.
Cars to me are just boring.
Yeah.
They're there for a reason to get you from A to B. And I've never understood the attraction of, oh, look at my car. Like, this is a nice car.
Yeah. So on that point, so you're just saying that nothing like that at all. What would you spend money on if you could? What, because you're saying, oh, a car is one of the most expensive things you buy, isn't it? Apart from your house.
Travel.
But
I would travel.
But that's not something you're going to buy.
It's not the right answer.
No, how can it be the right answer? Because that's like saying, I'm going to buy food next week because I need it.
No, what are you on about? No, you need food to live. You don't need travel to live.
Yeah, but it's a similar thing. It's an expense. Traveling is an expense. A car, yes, is an expense, but you own the car, So what I'm trying to say, if you had something that, oh, I would really love that, apart from travel and food, what would it be?
It would be the most beautiful writing room, outdoor summer house place, like little studio, all of my own, like a little, actually not a studio, like a little cottage, all of my own. If we're going big, I might as well go
it's
big.
It's similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say you had $30,000 to buy the car. You can get most cars second hand for that, So yeah.
That's what I would buy. I would buy a space, a beautiful space with a deck that just walks out onto a lovely view, but with trees around me, and it would be lined with books and a beautiful, comfy armchair and a wood-burning stove and a gorgeous writing desk and a beautiful chair to sit at the writing desk and a stack of gorgeous paper, really lovely, expensive paper, and all my choice of pens or pencils that I wanted to use, and a really good pencil sharpener, like not just a crap one that I always buy, like little plastic, like really, really nice, proper pencil sharpener. And it would have rugs and blankets and a fan and flowers and a beautiful, beautiful space. That's what I would spend my money on.
All right. So, would I be allowed in that?
Did you even listen to what I said?
Yes,
because
I did.
You've said so very quickly after I finished my
sentence.
sentence.
I did, because I've heard this umpteen
times
before.
No, you haven't. That's the first time I've ever told you that in detail.
Yeah, right.
It is. And now you're like sitting there waiting for me to finish so you can say something wise. Go on, what is it? Go on, what? So what? Would I be allowed in the writing room? No.
Yeah, there you go.
You wouldn't.
So
go and play in your car.
That'll never be happening, will it?
Outside and drive your car up and down till it blows up.
Put a little ensuite in there.
That's what I would spend my money on.
Yeah. No, but it's nice to know because, I don't know what it is with boys and cars. They do love them.
Don't say that. You're going to get hammered for saying that.
No,
You're joking,
I'm not.
aren't you?
But it's the majority.
I
know it's not just purely a boy thing, but it tends to be like
It doesn't.
Well, it does.
It doesn't.
Well, you don't see many.
Are you kidding me?
Women tinkering on ancient cars, there are a few.
That's because you don't know anyone.
Just take a look on YouTube and look at all the guys that are restoring, cars. They tend to be all guys,
Do you know
men.
what? You were just saying about my friend Shelley.
Yeah.
She does. She loves
She
cars.
does, doesn't she? Yeah.
And when she starts talking about them, and even though she's my friend, I just think, what are you on about? Why are you talking about this?
Yeah.
I wonder if people think that about things that I talk about. Like, I wonder if when I start talking about stuff, or if anyone starts talking about something, like you completely and utterly glaze over. Like I don't care about this conversation.
I know, but we've
like
done.
When you talk to me about the internet, it's like I don't care.
Yeah,
about how many speeds you're getting.
I may as well just talk to myself. Because this morning,
cars no, internet.
Yeah, we have got a Starlink roam with us at the moment. That means you can roam with it for 2 months while you're away from your home. And there was a global Starlink blackout last night, and Sonny was he was like, "Oh my God, Starlink's broken," because we actually moved it to put the table down. It was just like, "Oh, why did you move it? Because now it's not working." Thinking that all this sort of stuff. Anyway, cut a long story short, I was talking to Elizabeth this morning about the global blackout, and she just glazed over.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, but it was quite a big thing for us because we were trying to use it, and not only that, we had a call at 8 o'clock this morning that we needed to use it with.
Yeah.
So
it was all right in the morning, wasn't it?
Well, obviously, but then you said, well, if you never even looked at it, you'd have gone to bed and you got up the next morning.
Right.
Yeah, but that's just like, that's not part. That would be a boring life, wouldn't it?
No, that would be a calm life, because
how?
if you didn't.
Yeah, but you're not living
Brian,
though.
it's fixed.
Yeah, but that's
so you
not
spent
the point.
all night last night.
I didn't spend all night.
Well, you spent an hour on your phone. Well, I need to know an update. I need to know what's going on.
No, because
I'm going to ask the man on Twitter. You know,
we have Starlink at home, and the tenant texts me at midnight to say the internet's not working.
I feel like there's a little bit of aggression going on between us. What's going on?
No, it's not. We're just. It's not aggression, is it? This is just talking.
No, because I feel like you're being aggressive with me. Like,
right.
I don't want to talk about your car. I don't want to talk about your internet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, Bri. We should just tell. I mean, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what Sonny, all Sonny's business, because like I've said to you before, what I want is for Sonny to tell you himself, come on a podcast and tell you himself.
Yeah, what he's been doing.
And it's not our story to tell you, but let me just tell you that Sonny has been working on this business for, 20 years? How old is he, 24?
He started when he's 4 years old.
He started when he was 4.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment based business. He's online, he's streaming, he's entertaining online. That's all that's what we'll say about it. But he has been working on this unpaid for years. Yes. Absolutely years.
On and off. Yeah. There's a whole story that needs to be told with
I know,
the guy he went into business with, and that all went wrong.
Yeah.
And, tens of thousands of dollars went missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone who's been following this show for years and years will know what Sonny does, because we did an interview with him when he was 17 and when he was 21, and he talks about what it is he wants to do. So anyway, he's now in Greece, absolutely thrashing it with his content and getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views on YouTube and on TikTok, and he's doing so bloody well. We are so proud of him. It's about time. That boy has put the hard yards in. He is passionate, he lives and breathes it, and he never stops. But the reason I wanted to say this to you is because when you see him online, he's been showered, and he sits there and he's like, oh, hey guys, Sonny here, and and he does his show.
Yeah.
And then if you could zoom back from his table where he's broadcasting to hundreds of thousands of people around the world, and I mean hundreds of thousands of people. He got 400,000 people on his stream yesterday, so I'm not exaggerating.
Only on one platform.
Yeah. And you would see this little mess around him.
Yeah, a line of water bottles half empty as the days have gone by and they've just been pushed to the back.
His dirty washing just chucked to the side of his table area. And then if you go outside, there's a Starlink Mini with all these wires draped over the washing line, balanced on top of a portable barbecue. So he can get the best beams of internet possible. And I just looked at it yesterday and I just thought, oh my God, if people could see, because when you see him on if you look at him on YouTube, it looks like he's in a really professional set.
I know, but isn't this the thing? Because you don't see what's behind the camera.
I know.
And it's just, it's like sometimes when we're doing a podcast and you don't see the bin to the left or something, do you? Or the washing that's been pushed off the edge of the bed, so you can't see it.
Yeah.
But
I love that though. I think people should show it.
I think this proves to you that you don't need tens of thousands of dollars to start a business.
No.
You know? And I know he has spent, but he's bought all this stuff, or he's still paying for this stuff. That, and it's at a minimal cost. I think he's probably spent under $10,000 on all his kit.
Yeah.
That's including MacBook Pros and gaming laptops and extra screens and all these sort of stream decks and things like this. It's still, probably $5,000-6,000 US, if that. And he's running now a great business. And not only that, he's just buzzing with the ideas of how to make more.
Do you know what I'm thinking now, Brian? is we don't need to worry about our pension.
No, Sonny will
Because
sort us out.
we can just hope to God that he just keeps doing what he's doing.
Yep.
And then looks after us.
I know. Yeah.
It's crossed my mind.
Do you know what? He was only streaming on TikTok, Les, and he was getting 60, 70, 100,000 people. He hit #1 in the world the other day for about 2 hours while he was streaming.
Yeah.
#1, it came up on his phone. You are #1 in the world
Yeah.
on all gaming platforms on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's amazing
It
to
is.
say. And then, he's that on that point. This was only a few days ago. He decided, well, if I'm doing that, I'll open up my YouTube stream. And within 3 or 4 days, he's hit 400,000 on a stream. I know this. People will think, what are you talking about? But my God, we've lived and breathed it the last 3-4 months. And
Do you know what? Yeah.
Whatever. And that's why we're just like so wow,
And also,
proud,
we need to tell you that the reason we're so like buzzing with this is, again, we don't tell much private stuff about we'll give you the odd bit here and there, but Sonny he moved back home when he was, I don't know, 20 or so, or 19 or whatever.
I think it was 20. Yeah, 20 wasn't it? It
And
would have been 20.
We've been
wouldn't it? Yeah.
supporting him for the last 5 years. We've been.
Yeah.
That's why I want my money back. Honestly,
I know he's been living rent free because
I want this to come back to
he's
us.
been working hard as well.
This is what I'm saying. But the reason I'm telling the listener is because the reason we're so excited about this is because we've watched him, and you no doubt have children of your own. You're listening to this and thinking, yep, I know. And when you just want the best for your kids. And we tried to make it as easy as possible for him. You don't have to pay rent. You don't have to give us money for food. He bought his own lunch and he was working in a bar, 40 hours a week. But it was always...
But he never had any money.
He never had any money.
And I had to...
And even when we got to Greece, he asked, can I lend $1,000 because I haven't got any money
to
buy dinner, and I can't pay my way.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we'll lend you $1,000. And it's just so satisfying when you see someone putting in all that effort.
Yeah.
And it's, especially for a young guy,
yeah.
We could see every time he asked us to lend money, you could see it was like taking a chip off him. He didn't do it he didn't like it. He really didn't like it. And he said that last night at dinner, didn't he? He said, there's nothing worse than having to ask your parents, can you give me the money so I can get a waff on my car,
Yeah. Like an MOT or warranted fitness.
Because you're trying to...
And I know that I've been buying insurance for him for his car.
Oh, we put everything right.
And when his car went wrong, it didn't pass the WAF.
Yeah.
I'm underneath with him, and I made him do it with me.
Yeah.
Put new brakes on it, put new suspension arms on it, learning stuff. And he did it. He wasn't like, no, I'm going to go into debt and pay for someone else to do it. He was just like, that's how no money he had,
Yeah. And so that's what, and it's early days. It's very early days, and he's very cautious. And that's what I'm really proud of him about as well, is he's not saying, oh, well, I'll go and buy myself an aftershave, or I'm going to go and buy myself a new shirt, or I'm going to buy
a new iPhone or whatever.
He's being really, really careful with what he's earning. A bit too careful, actually, because where's our money back, Brian?
Well,
he must owe us about $1 million.
Yeah, he owes us tons, but he did pay that $1,000 back yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Which is amazing.
I know. But, so, yeah.
Yeah. And that's it's just being proud as a parent, isn't it?
So, how do you feel about going back to England in 3 days' time?
Excited to see family, as you always are. And, that's the thing. We've got to make a decision to where we're going to stay and stuff. So you're very unsure of where you're going to be staying. So there's a bit of, not anxiety, but apprehensive of what it is you're going to be doing, and that's
uncomfortable, isn't it?
Uncomfortable, yeah. But that's what it's all about, I was listening to someone the other day. It's the path to adventure, or your path, of adventure, of about putting yourself out of your comfort zone, out of your house, somewhere that you don't feel safe. And that's when the magic starts to happen, isn't it? It's not a holiday, it's not a break, it's, I can't go back for a year, you know? And we have got to live somewhere different with the budget that we're on. You know, and that side of it, it wouldn't matter whether it was England or Spain or wherever. Not that we can live in Spain because you're over your time anyway, aren't you? But so that side of it, it's not that it's England or you're happy about going back to it, it's just where we're actually going. We're just going to live somewhere. It just happens to be England because we're citizens, like, you know, and we can live there as long as we want. But it's uncertainty is the thing that's worrying me at the moment.
I think just to say about what you just said about, oh, you need to move out your house and get out your comfort zone and feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't think that it means you have to get out of your house. No. I think it means you have to, and you don't have to.
No, you don't have to do anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you know. I think it's nice. Well, actually, it's not nice. It's very uncomfortable, but it could be like changing a job or changing the way you do something or changing your. I was going to say who you are. It's not who you are, but it's like it's changing something about yourself that you want to, that you're drawn to do, but you're too scared to do it because you know it's going to be uncomfortable. And I think the only way to grow in life is to go through uncomfortableness. And I think what we're doing right now is, this feels so uncomfortable. Not here, not in Greece. It feels great here, and that's why I don't want to leave. Because
more of a holiday feel, maybe.
Well, no, it just feels settled now.
Yes.
We've been here for 2 months.
Yeah. And
it feels like we've never lived anywhere else. But to once again think, well, where are we going to be? What am I going to be doing? You know, where are we going to live? Again, how are we going to? Not how we're going to pay the bills because we've got a business, but you know, it's all those feelings of uncertainty. But I know. Deep down inside that I'm growing. I am growing as a person. I'm expanding. I'm gaining more than I ever would if I stayed at home in my tight little safe circle thinking I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, and it
feels really nice. It feels both scary and uncomfortable, and it feels really exciting and freeing.
So here's the thing that what I was attaining to, or trying to attain to, was when you say you don't need to move out your home, what is the difference then between being here, apart from the uncertainty? What do you feel the difference is of when you're traveling than when you're at home?
For us, nothing. As long as my family's with me, absolutely zero. If I've got Sonny and Tess and you next to me, or in a very close vicinity, I don't care where I am. Home is where I am. Where we are. When they say home is where the heart is, it's like, yes, that's right. It sounds corny, but it's right. This is wherever you all are. That's where my home will be.
Yeah.
What was the question?
It basically. It's not so much. I suppose I'm pushing you into saying something. I'm trying to, like, you know, to move
Stop
you into it.
Projecting me.
Yes, there you go. It's mainly the biggest thing is time, because I find that when you're at home, and we look at what we had to do before we came away. It's all the things. It's tidy up the garage. It's tidy this, do that, just fix that, or wash the windows down, clean the garden. It's all these things that come with a house. That it's not the money that I'm talking about there. It's the time that it comes with, you know. And that's what I've found in my 2 months away, or 3 months away, is time. Time for me, which I don't normally get. And you vice versa. I think you've found the same, haven't you?
Yeah.
And that's like time to do this. We would never do this at home because you just went, no, we'll do a show. We'll do a video podcast because all our stuff's there and cameras are there and all that sort of thing, you know. And I just think it lets you step back. And I know you can think you can do it in 2 weeks, but you really, it's not the same, is it?
I'm just aware. I'm aware that not everyone feels like us.
I know,
Not
and
everyone
that's another
wants,
thing I was going to say. Yeah.
Not everyone wants to leave their house.
No,
they
don't.
love their house.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
absolutely love their village, their town, their city, their house, their friends. They love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm aware of when we sit here going, oh, you just need to leave your house and just go around the world. It's like, I don't want to do that. But what they might want to do is retire and become an artist, or change their job, or homeschool, or cut their hair, or do something that's really calling to them to change, that they are scared of doing because they know it's going to make life uncomfortable. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah.
It doesn't always come down to you need to travel. For me and you,
No.
100%.
Yeah.
We are a million times better when we are traveling.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. I don't know how that's going to play out with our business, because our business is moving to New Zealand. And it's like, how's that going to work then?
Yeah.
You know?
But you know, you look at the repetitiveness of staying at home. So you get up in the morning, so normal thing, you'll get up, I'll work out, we'll have a coffee, we'll chat, we'll get some work done, you do your work through the day, tidy up at the weekends, cut the lawns and things like that. But it's just, then you come in, you have your dinner, and then you'll sit and watch an episode or something, and then you go to bed, and it's just repeat. Almost, it's slightly different in the seasonal times when you tend to go out a bit more in the evenings, but it's just the same every day. You know, it's just, you just move it slightly through the seasons. And that's when, you know, like here, we've got nowhere to sit in the evening apart from outside. If we're not going out and eating out, because it's just as cheap to eat out as what it is to eat in. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that they're the things that put you out your comfort zone, because you can't just go, oh, I'll just watch an episode of this tonight. You know, which we do a lot when we're at home, don't we? We'll watch, you know, whatever it is. And I just think that's the side of it. You get not so much lazy, but you just get set in your ways of, this is what we do, and you do it again and again and again. And I know loads of people go out and do clubs and this and drama and all those sort of things. I'm not saying, but it's just, I think you just become too lazy.
Do you know the way I look at it? I look at it as, I don't know if I agree with the word lazy.
Yeah,
but
maybe that is not quite the right.
I look at it like you have got limited slots, little pockets of energy and time throughout the day.
Yeah.
And like you say, we know we have dinner, we have a talk, we sit down on the couch, we put our feet up on the puff thing, you know.
Yeah,
we put the telly on, we watch an episode, we have a cup of peppermint tea, we go to bed, we get up, we do our work, and I know what you're saying. So it's almost like you take, say if you've got 10 blocks of little energy blocks, you take 6 of those and go, well, we know what we're doing with them. And now we've only got 4 left. So what should we, well, there's not much we can do with the 4. Well, maybe we could try doing that. But when you come away, none of those energy blocks are allocated, because we never know what we're doing. So it's like, oh, well, actually I could use 7 of these energy blocks and I could start writing a book, or I could sit and listen like I did yesterday. I went, and this is such a gift, and I'm very, very aware of how privileged I am to be able to do this. Believe me, I am filled with gratitude when I tell you this. I went and took my beach chair. Sonny, Brian and Tess went down one end of the beach, and I went right into the corner of this beautiful beach under these pine trees with my feet literally in the water in my chair. And there's a woman that I love on YouTube that does meditation, and I sat and I listened to guided meditations for about 3 hours. And I just lay there, falling in and out of sleep, feeling so gifted with relaxation, with and I thought, you're right, when would you ever think, sorry, Bri, can't do any dishes, can't do any shopping with you today, can't even talk to you today because I'm going in the bedroom to meditate for 3 hours. Maybe some people do that, but we never do. We don't.
No, we don't. You know, we have in the past occasionally, you know, well, we've done, I think when I first started working from home, we'd go and sit, we'd just fall asleep for half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. We just lay on the bed 20 minutes, listen to Tara Brock. Oh, this is a
Crash
guided
out.
meditation. 20 minutes later, wake up, go, oh my God, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Right, let's get
An
back
hour's
on.
gone. This is great working at
And
home.
then we say, I'll tell you what, we should take power naps. We're going to take power naps, and then we never do it ever again.
I know. Try taking a power nap on a building site.
I
Really?
know, I know. So yeah, I think this time away, and again, really, really aware that it's a very, very unique and privileged position to be in. This time away, it feels like someone's just taken your mind, your brain, and stretched it like an elastic band and given you all this space.
Yeah.
Like, just opened up a big balloon, a big air balloon, like gone poof, and then if you imagine the air balloon just fills with all this air and starts floating around the sky. That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I say that doesn't always feel blissful and happy. It can feel bloody, like I've talked about in the past couple of episodes. What the hell's this?
Yeah.
I've never had a chance to be able to examine this feeling before.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden I can, and to be honest, I don't like it. So, no, just put me back on the couch with my feet up and let me watch the crown.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm not happy. Or I am happy. I'm not saying you wouldn't be.
It's
not
that you're not happy. It's just that you don't know. You're choosing not to address those things in your mind that are calling out to be addressed. Oh no, I'm too busy to think about that.
Yeah, or I can't afford to do that. And I think that's the biggest thing in a lot of this is, well, what else am I supposed to do? I haven't got a job that can do that, so I don't know why I'm even bothered. This is about inspiring you to hopefully want to think about doing something else. And that's where I think you don't know until you try it, and start doing little steps to it now. Just like we did. It took a long time to get to this point, didn't it?
Do you know what, Bri? I don't even think that we need to say on this podcast to the person listening to this,
no,
this is how you do it, because do you know what? I don't know how the hell we've done it.
You do.
I don't.
But you can't pimp what you can.
No, but I don't know.
I do. Oh, well, I can start it with,
but you know, what I'm saying is I don't feel qualified, or I don't feel inclined to say to anyone else, you should do this.
This is going to work for you.
That. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that to you.
Yeah.
Because, no. But I hope that by you listening to this and watching us work through it, you will take it and apply it to your life in whatever way you want to apply it.
Exactly.
And
which even if it's a change of what your routine is, change it and try it and see.
Yeah.
Instead of watching that episode of Netflix or whatever it is that you're watching, is go for a walk around the block.
Oh yeah.
It's just anything, isn't it? It's just that bit different that you think, no, I'd rather watch that because it's easier, it's comfortable, I enjoy it.
Again, I'm not. Yeah. I really, really don't want to sit here and judge people in any way. Just do what.
It's not about judging, is it? It's about.
You kind of feel like that sometimes.
But you
because it's like, why isn't everyone doing this?
Yeah, but it wasn't an easy choice.
I know.
I always know. But when I'm about to do a big trip, I just think, what am I doing? Every time, it's just like we were talking to each other on the deck at home in New Zealand, going, why are we leaving this? What are we doing?
I know.
Because you are doubting yourself so much that, what are we doing? Why are we renting our house? I love it here. And it's just so, that is you. You go, I'm in a really privileged place. And it's like, no, you made that hard decision to go, no, we're going. Both of us made it. It's not just one of us made it. That we are going to do this. And it's not just one last time. It's just like, the other day, we were driving back over to where we're staying, and we just said, I don't want to leave here. And there you are, because you're comfortable. But we are, because we have to. And not only that, it's just, I don't ever want to stop doing this. I want to do it at least once or twice a year, or however it is you do it, or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
And chase the sun. And I just think it's wonderful to see that in us. Because you can listen to the last few podcasts, sometimes our minds aren't in a great place, but then to get that positivity to make you want to do it, and that's that path of adventure. It really is. It's not a path of business, it's a path of adventure. Because, our main core of business is people moving to New Zealand. So why are you in Greece? If it's so wonderful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know why we're in Greece, because we're...
Yeah. Well,
we needed to heal. We needed to
do this.
We needed to thing, and again, it's excuse me, it's oh, I'm sorry if I'm coughing down your ear. Again, it's like going back to that feeling of uncomfortableness. And that's what I said right at the beginning of this. I am so scared about going back to England. I am really, really nervous about it.
Yeah.
Because it's... I just feel safe here. I feel... And that's not to say I feel... This is going to sound really bad, and it probably shouldn't come out the way I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that I'm massively happy here. I wouldn't even go, oh my God, I don't want to leave because I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's not that. No. I am. I'm content, but I feel like I feel safe here. I feel at home here, and I feel like there's just me, you, Sonny, and Tess. No one else knows us. No one's going to ask any questions. No one's going to want anything from us. It just feels like so beautifully self-indulgent. This time that we've been here has been so... That's the word, is self-indulgent. Yeah. All of us have gone so deep together. The four of us have gone, like you with your all this time that I can see that you just sit on the beach and you just spend hours looking out to sea. You don't listen to podcasts, you don't read books. Me with my grief journey, my healing, I've just started writing another book, all that, and then Sonny with his business and his all he's ever wanted to do. He said to me the other day, he said, in New Zealand, I couldn't give it my time because I had to work, I had to have I had a girlfriend, I had friends, and he's had nothing apart from his mum and dad and his sister, and everything else has been totally self-indulgent. Yep. It's been total inner work, self-care, self-doing, self-looking aftering, all those words. And Tessa, again, I'm not going to speak about Tessa's private life, but that girl, she doesn't know this because she's only 21, but she will do. She will look back and she's alone. She hasn't got a boyfriend. She hasn't got an online job. She's not making any money. And she feels like she's treading water. But what I said to her the other day was, Tess, the biggest fear in all humankind, if you named the one fear that every single human fears the most, it is being alone. It is being alone. I said, and you are mastering the skill of being alone. You're being with yourself. You are going through all these emotions. You are going through fear and grief for her grandma and grief for the loss of her life in Wellington, and she's not doing her passion, and she is so uncomfortable at the moment. Yep. But she's doing it. Mm-hmm. And I think the four of us, that collective, and coming together at night and just breathing out and sharing a meal together and going, oh my God, how is everyone? It's absolutely divine. Yep. It is like winning the lottery a million times over. Yep. And that's why I don't want to leave and go to England, because I don't want to break this.
You don't want to break the spell.
I don't, Brian. Yep. I don't want to break that spell.
Yep.
But like you say, everything comes to an end. Life moves forward.
It doesn't come to an end, it just moves
It continues,
forward. Yeah, it's got to. It's, time just stops for no one. You know? It's the old saying again and again, isn't it? And it will never stop,
And in my mind, again, you listening to this podcast, thank you so much for being on this journey with me and Brian.
Yeah.
We've had the most gorgeous emails from you since we started doing these podcasts about how you're able to come along on this journey with us and watch how we do life. And that is a huge honor to say that to someone.
Reading those emails that people do send, you realize you're not alone.
Yes.
And vice versa, they're not alone now.
No.
Because they've got someone to reach out to and share their story
yes.
with you. And we're sharing our story with you, but it's lovely when you share your story with us. Because I get to read, this will say, you need to read this or you need to read this. So I get to read, not all of the emails, but I get to read quite a lot of them. You know?
Yeah.
And it's inspirational. You're giving us inspiration, so it's fantastic, that side of things.
I look to the future now. I look, I look into my future, and I think, okay, you're going to be faced. Well, like I say, for a start, and I will talk about this in another podcast because otherwise this will go on for hours and hours. But I'm finding the courage, and again, I haven't told anyone this. This is the first time that I've mentioned it, but I'm trying to find the courage to write a book about how it is to grieve. Things that I wish people had told me that happened when you are grieving and unhealing. I've always had this thing that be the help you needed, and if someone had been able to write this book for me back then or even now, I would have eaten it up. And I'm trying to listen to my calling. There's something in me that goes, you need to write that, Liz, you need to write it. And I'm trying to resist. I keep resisting it because it's like, no, I don't want to go there, I don't want to go back, I don't want to revisit, I don't want to, but I know that deep down I know it's the right thing to do. So I'm trying to find the courage to do that. And also, like last night, Tessa said to me, so Sonny's not going to go back to New Zealand anytime soon because obviously his business on the Northern Hemisphere, he's got a huge audience in America and the UK and Europe. So he's just like, I'm loving living on this side of the world.
He's got to get big enough because like his audience normally in New Zealand is New Zealand, which is tiny, and Australia and the Philippines.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's a little bit of America because his reach, it won't push you
in
that
New Zealand,
far. In New Zealand, when he's streaming in New Zealand,
And then we've got Tessa, who wants to go into into film, into acting. She wants to be in London. She wants to go to London and be in London and Europe, and so she's not thinking of going back to New Zealand anytime soon. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, how I did say this to you yesterday. I said, oh, Brian, how are we going to go back to New Zealand on our own? And you just said, ka-ching, ka-ching.
It'd be cheap to live in New Zealand once we move back on our own. Bless. Yeah. Have the house to ourselves.
Oh, it's funny.
I'll just sell Sonny's car and keep the proceeds.
So that all is very, I was going to say exciting, but I don't think the word is exciting. It's very challenging, and I am, like I keep saying, I'm so grateful that we're able to sit down and record these conversations and process what's happening, and not only that, press publish and have other people listen to be alongside us, sitting on this bench thinking, oh, okay, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening, and it's just a great way to document where you are and what you are and what you were feeling on that day, whenever it was,
Yeah.
And it's a great way. I love the audio podcast side of things when we do it.
I do.
It's just so much more refreshing, isn't it?
But do you know what? I watched a video on YouTube that we did on the balcony in Nausa.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
I watched the whole thing, and I was like, maybe we should just put the video back on. But I think this little season of our journey I think it almost deserves to have just audio. I think it deserves to have this privacy, because I was getting really excited the other day and thinking, oh, when we go to England, we could take you to the woods, or we could take you to the seaside in Cornwall, or we could take you to, you know, a lovely space in Bath and record with you and tell you where we were. We can take you anywhere.
Yeah, walk down the canal.
Because when you haven't got the camera to worry about, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And so again, you know, I think this season, it is. It's the episode, you know, season 1, season 2. You know, they do that on podcasts.
Yes, I know. Do you know what, Liz? I look at this as, and we have maybe going over old ground, but the thing is, as soon as the camera's there, it is a slightly different person that turns up for the podcast. It's the performer. It's the person that goes, oh, look at me. And we try and bring more humor into it.
Yeah,
do you see what? I know we can still laugh doing this, but do you know what I mean? You perform that much more, so you're a bit more aware and a bit more careful about what you say. And I think that's because it's going to a different audience, which is YouTube. I'm not saying YouTube is the wrong audience. I'm just saying, you know, your Apple Podcasts, your Spotify, and I know you can watch, you know, videos on Spotify nowadays easily, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Do you know what? When we put our audio-only podcast on YouTube, and for anyone out there who's a content creator and listens to this, you'll be interested in this, because I would be. I'd be like, oh, tell me about that. So we talked about whether it doesn't get the views. You know, once we take the video away on YouTube, obviously, because YouTube is a video platform, we're not stupid, you know, it doesn't get the views. But we've only put one on YouTube so far, the audio one on YouTube so far. Even though when you're listening to this now, there'll be 3 or 4 on there probably. And it got something like 650 views, right? Now, I want to take every single 650 person who listened, clicked,
however long
there was no thumbnail, and the title was very real. You know, it wasn't any like, oh, 10 things we know about life or whatever. There was nothing like that. And there was no thumbnail. It was just a picture of me and Brian's generic thumbnail thing. And 650 of you clicked on YouTube and listened, you know, and the listen rate, you know, what's that thing called? The time, how long it goes on for?
The average watch duration, as they call it. Yep.
It was huge. And it was like, oh my God, 650 people have listened.
I've actually listened to the whole thing.
And so those people, and I know you're one of them because you're listening, and whether you listen on Apple or wherever you listen, I just want to say, this is for you. I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for you. And it feels like true friends. It feels like family, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it does, because you know you're either got your headphones on because you're doing something which you need your eyes to do, like, you know, because I always find with YouTube, it's literally you have to sit and watch. Whereas podcasts, you can go and cut the grass, you can go and wash the car, you can clean the house, you can do all those things that we've been talking about on this podcast. Why are you still listening to someone, you know? And it's I don't know, it makes it just that little bit easier, doesn't it, to do things.
But in saying that, I have come round in a bit of a circle from because I was, as I discussed in the last couple of podcasts, I was just confused about the whole video thing. All it was I wasn't allowing myself to talk about the things I wanted to talk about, and that came out as anger towards video, and that wasn't right, really.
No,
what it was resentment towards myself, actually, of not being true to yourself and talking about, for fear of a wider audience not enjoying the content. You know, I've come round in a circle, because when I watched that video of us on the balcony in Nassau, I just thought, that's you. You're being yourself. Don't worry. You know, you're being true. You're being authentic. Not quite as relaxing as this.
No, it's not.
Because this is just gorgeous.
No, but
so,
you know,
let's just leave it as a season.
Yeah, and just on that point, you know, because when you know, saying that you're not being your authentic self and talking about it, we do follow someone else on YouTube, which is Oh, we not so much follow them. We were always been interested in them because they were travel vloggers and this, that, and the other. And it's a couple. The channel's called King in it. And you loved the bit where he started to talk about how he actually felt about doing this job.
Yeah.
Which is and he really has gone through a mental mental breakdown.
Yeah.
You can just quite clearly see he has, he just doesn't have, he has so much energy, and it's just all of a sudden it evaporates. It's gone, isn't it? And you can't face doing anything else. And I think because of what he was talking about, they were the best bits, but he didn't talk about it enough.
I know.
It's almost like we've just got to keep step up a lap and keep moving forward. And I just think that's when you don't do that, that's when you do get the fallback and the breakdown. So if it means you don't want a video, because just do the audio. Yeah. So if you are a content creator, then just try this path again, because that's where you normally start off from. Because they did the podcast, which was audio only, wasn't it? And I just think you talk more. You really do. And I feel much more comfortable just doing an audio podcast. Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I like doing video.
But you're always aware of it, of what you're doing and what you're saying, because it's the different type of audience. Because you can say something, and we can be looking at each other as like, no, move away from this subject. But no one will ever know that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
on the camera, you can't, unless you edit it. And I think that's where it's, like before you wanted to take a breath and just listen to the waves. You can. But when there's a video there, you can't do it. Oh, stop. Because you go, oh, no, I've got a jump cut and my head's moving all over the place. Yeah, I just think it's a wonderful media.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so intimate. It's so intimate.
Yeah. It's like listening to music, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all well and good watching the orchestra play the song or the band play this or whoever it is watching. It's great every now and then. You used to watch Top of the Pops all those years ago. But really, people just still love the radio.
Yeah.
They really do.
Okay, Bray. I think
video killed the radio star.
I think we better get home now. And what did we say we were going to do today? What did we say we were doing for lunch? Oh yeah, I want to buy a tin of tuna so I can have some tuna mayonnaise sandwich. Yeah. I'm craving a tuna mayonnaise sandwich with lots of black pepper.
Right.
I'm either going to have that or I'm going to have boiled egg and some cut up bread and butter.
I take it you're hungry. You haven't eaten.
I'm starving.
You haven't eaten yet, have you?
I know, and
all this creative energy.
I know, yeah, exactly. I can't think straight.
Yeah. But that's when your brain is running on ketones, but it starts to even fade on them, and that's when you need some food.
Yeah. So, this is so lovely. This is so gorgeous. When it comes to the end of the podcast, I never want to go.
No.
I never want to go. It feels so intimate and special.
It is.
So, thank you from the absolute bottom of my feet to the top of my head for being here with us, for being the one that tuned in, for being the one that reached out and gave us your ears, because you don't know how much it means to us. It means so much. Remember, you can email me, Liz at It's a Drama. You can sign up, if you haven't already, to my newsletter, the Front Row newsletter, where I am documenting through words this journey, and I will be talking more about the book that I'm writing. I've actually got 2 books on the go, but you can join that newsletter by going to www.itsadrama.com/front row. And until next time, when we're in England, thank you so much for your support and for your love and for your ears. My heart beats with yours always, and I will speak to you soon.
Yep. So from a very warm and hot and salty and dusty Greece, that's why we're next to the water, to get rid of the dust. Just kia kaha, stay strong, stay true to yourself, and we'll see you on the next one. Angleterre. We'll let you have some waves.